Hi everybody, this is Shioli from Agent 9 US, and today we have with us Sophie. Can you give everybody a short introduction of yourself?
I'm Sophie. I'm the content manager at Visibrain, and I'll be talking at the event today about social listening and later how you can use the insights from LinkedIn to maximize your strategy needed. So, looking forward. Hi.
Lovely. So we're gonna dive into the question. So here we go. So the first one is, how do you help your clients shift from simply monitoring mentions to actually acting on insights?
So I think what makes Visibrain kind of unique among all of the tools that is listed there today is probably the amount, the depth at which you can look into these insights. I mean, you can really filter down to the nitty-gritty of things and really see what's happening. We also have like a very good support system, so all of our clients are followed 24/7 by a social listening expert. He can kind of guide them and help them understand what's going on and a little bit deeper than looking at a dashboard.
So from high surviving to Visibrain, you've navigated youth culture, content virality, and digital brand building. So what is one pattern you've seen repeat across wildly different communities that brands or peaks?
Yeah, so what's something that I've really noticed is that across the board, authenticity is really the key to any content creation. I mean, it's really clear. I think even in like partnerships, influencer partnerships, like when the influencer is actually authentically vibing with the brand, so it shines through and it can only lead to good things. I think anything where you're trying to be something you're not or fit into a box that doesn't necessarily suit you, it kind of it's quite obvious from the outside.
Yeah, I think I need to avoid. Maybe instead of riding the wave, it's about being authentic to your own brand, like you said.
100%, and like also creating new things. There's so many trends out there and we all want to jump on them and be on top and be with the next thing, but also some people are creating the next thing, and that's through authenticity. So I think like that's where it should start.
Right. Okay. So you've led creative relations and now handle international contents. So how do you balance localized voice with scalable content systems, especially across diverse platforms, so TikTok, the LinkedIn, or Instagram? So
yeah. So I mean, I guess I would have initially been working a lot with Instagrams and TikTok. Your tone of voice there is very kind of personal, informal, and you're just trying to like connect with people on a very base level. And then when you take something like LinkedIn, it's quite different. You're seeing more professional. Your tone of voice has to change. But I think something that is like differently can be seen throughout them all is that you're just trying to connect with people at the end of the way. So also, it's important to get the tone of voice right depending on the platform, but resting kind of human throughout it all. I think it's like the main thing, and just think about who's listening, how you're going to talk to them, basically.
Right. Got it. And I think even it affects the content creation and the branding, and I guess it looks different on different platforms as well.
For sure. Yeah. I think like in general, less polished content works especially well on things like TikTok, where it's very young, it's very to the minute. Instagram maybe like a level up in polishness, but still more raw, especially with reels. And then when you go to LinkedIn, it's a lot more in-depth conversations, generating conversations, and text-based posts are what tend to work the best, I think. But yeah, it's kind of leveling up in formality, and just getting that right is the first step, basically.
Yeah, to leverage the platform to its maximum capacity. Yeah?
Exactly.
Okay, so moving on to the next question. You're speaking at DMWF on LinkedIn strategy through social listening. So what's a surprising insight you've uncovered from listening to B2B conversations that have changed how you approach content?
So kind of going back to what I was saying, I guess, my background will be more in Instagram, TikTok, and instead of video content in general. Something I learned through LinkedIn was like going really in depth into these posts, like, you know, creating longer text posts where you're really explaining something and you're having a real conversation with people is hands down what works best on LinkedIn. Something interesting that I learned about LinkedIn is that at the moment, like any general media is generating 3 times more engagement on LinkedIn than it is on X, which really surprised me. And I think it kind of speaks to like how LinkedIn has sort of managed to merge professional and personal life together. So that was an insight that surprised me a lot.
I didn't know that. Where they both have different sort of reaches, but I always thought that extra,
Yeah, well, I think it's in the last, over the past year, things has really changed a lot, and this is one of the ways that I learned. So, should you see?
Okay. Moving on to the last question. So we're the MWF, and there are a lot of companies here coming with agentic AI and things like that. So, what do you think is the future of agentic AI? Do you think it has any place in what you guys do? Do you think it's going to slip into a lot of parts of social media and monitoring and things like that?
I think so, and I think also like particularly with our clients, thinking that there's a space to use AI agents, in the aftermath of, you get these insights, and then what do you do with them? I think there's really something to talk about there, and in general, it's a conversation where some people are maybe against it, but I think it just makes sense for making things quicker, for getting more done and getting more insights. I think it can only be a good thing.
Yeah. Also increase your efficiency, like.
Absolutely, yeah. It's kind of a no-brainer, like when you are able to do like 5 times the amount of things in one day.
Why not start to think, yeah, maybe I should do that. It's a lot easier, and there's a lot of competition as well. So I think it's about catching up. And if you have a team of 5 people now, those 5 people can do the job of like 15 people. So I think it's unavoidable that it's going to happen to all of us, unfortunately. But I don't think that means I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's just it's about growth, and it's about innovating
forward.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So is there anything else that you would like to add about your brand? Or
I mean, for anyone that wants to check out Visibrain, you can head to our website, visibrain.com. We have a lot of content on here about social listening. We also have some videos on our Instagram and LinkedIn. So head over there to learn more about social listening. It's a topic I didn't know a lot about before. I got into it. So it's really interesting, and I'm thinking we'll check it out.
Lovely. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for having. Thank you for watching. Cheers. Thank you.